Are you ready? House America, come and root here with your hit Summertime Blues.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezer Show, your weekly rock news outlet here from the upper Midwest. Freaking A, I'm your host, Murph, and of course, got some cool stuff going on this week. Weezer. Weezer is in the news for crying out loud in an interesting way. Richie Blackmore, going to talk a little bit about him. Uh, John Jovi, he's in the news. We're going to talk about him. Metallica. See what I did there, Doc? You see what I
Yeah, I
did?
see what you did
See
there.
what I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
there? Metallica.
yeah.
We got Van Halen got some not surprising news. And Disturbed. Pretty disturbing thing about Disturbed we got to talk about. Can't do it alone though. Got to do it with my co-host. That'd be the guy from Aurora, Illinois, from Wayne's World, from where it's happening. It'd be Doc Box. What's going on, Doc?
Yeah, here we are, episode 156. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Yeah.
It's a very special episode. Like back in the
Everyone
day,
is.
remember when they used to say that with a
Oh
very
yeah.
special episode of Blossom or whatever. Yeah, yeah. No, neither one of us is
Yeah.
going to lose our virginity or anything on this show, but it is 3 years worth of shows. 156, three solid
Wow.
years of weekly shows, man. How about
Dig
that?
that. Wow. Way to go, man.
So
Freaking A.
yeah, this week we'll get the geezers are gonna talk about Weezer
Oh.
and yeah, good variety.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
But yeah, this first story's bonkers, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, yeah, Weezer, Jiminy Creepers. Well, Weezer's got a bassist named Scott Schreiner, who also has a wife. Her name is Jillian Lauren. Where is she? There she is. She looks nice. Yeah, they always. I love when they say that on on Facebook in the comments section when they get or in YouTube when they get some just crazy ass person, or usually a gal. She seems nice, because she's totally out of her mind. Well, this is a very odd story. She got shot by the police and booked for attempted murder. So this isn't no standard rock and roll spousal story here. This is really crazy. Number one, for crying out loud, she's been undergoing treatment for cancer. Uh, wow. She revealed on March 4th, so it isn't that long ago, she revealed that she was diagnosed with cancer. And, oh, caramba. This is just a train wreck from hell. And so, I don't, it's a crazy story here, but just going through cancer, that's got to put her brain in a really crazy ass place right there, I would think, and turns out that, she was in the yard of a residence armed with a handgun. This cancerous gal, this is crazy. Let's go. According to the news release from the LAPD, the good people, Doc, of the LAPD, the incident occurred Tuesday afternoon after the CHIPS, the California Highway Patrol, John and Ponch, requested backup in locating three misdemeanor hit and run suspects who fled into a residential neighborhood in Eagle Rock in Los Angeles. LAPD officers approached the back of a home where one of the suspects was seen running. Sound effects. And Schreiner reportedly appeared in the yard of a nearby residence armed with a handgun. She's going to take matters in her own hands. But after officers ordered Schreiner to drop the gun, she refused numerous times, and then, doing the most sensible thing she could, she pointed the handgun towards the officers. And a shootout took place. Wow. Okay, corral, man. During which Schreiner was struck by gunfire and retreated back into her residence. That is too cool. She was later taken into custody and brought to a local hospital where she was treated for a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Schreiner was not involved in the hit and run and was absentee booked for attempted murder. She had a 9 mil, baby. She had 9 mil on her. Now, what I read, Doc, this is amazing, was that she went inside for a half an hour. So she took at least one round from a cop, and half hour later decide, okay, I give up. That's wow. Like I say, she seems nice.
Yeah, she just is recovering from a hysterectomy to do with the cancer. So yeah, I checked out on her social media, and she's kind of logging the whole journey on there and everything. And yeah,
Oh,
she just recovered from that. And there was this hit and run outside of her house, and she decided to go out firing her gun. I don't know what, but there's a lot of things here. Well, the cop hit her in the shoulder, so that
okay.
makes you wonder, could they really hit you in the shoulder if they wanted to instead of shooting to kill? Could they, or she just
Well,
get lucky? What? I don't
well,
know.
I'm sure she's lucky because it's always center mass. So depending on how
Yeah,
far away they were, I see shootouts on some of these videos where the cops will shoot 20 times, and where the suspect was hit twice. Oh, wait a minute, what? So
right,
it's not always, some are
right.
good, some ain't. So yeah, I'm sure, cops are trained to shoot center mass. So I bet you just, unless he said, hey, look at the head, babe. Okay, I'm just gonna wing her. I'm gonna wing her
Right.
to him.
Like in the movies, just shoot the gun out of her hand and she goes back in the house. So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, she's obviously been distraught, going through this and
Wow.
everything. She's been a $1 million bond. So,
Oof. Wow. I
yeah,
hope they're
I don't
busy
know. This
paying.
is a wild stories. Not a whole lot of details, just other what you read there. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll
We're
see.
doing a
The
Weezer
other
song.
pictures they have, she's got the glasses. She looks more like Buddy Holly, but in that one she's more
Ah.
like Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do a Weezer song. We do in Beverly Hills, man.
Uh,
Yeah. I'll do it. I'll do it and I'll dedicate it to her. How about that, Doc?
I
That's
wonder
just
if they destroyed her sweater. I can go with the
oh,
Weezer puns all day. We won't
whoa,
though.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Say it ain't so, Doc. Say it
Speaking
ain't
of
so.
cancer, can I tell you my favorite cancer joke?
No. No, but you have to now that you mentioned it.
So this friend of mine tells me he lost his dad. I said, "Oh, what happened?" He said, "Oh, the big C." I said, "Cancer?" He said, "No, he drowned."
It's, that's
That's
really
all I got.
that.
Sorry.
Wow, wow. And I don't have a rim shot. Let me see if I got a rim shot. Oh no. Oh, wrong button. Sorry, man. The old hag from Princess Bride just gave you shit, dude. So there you go.
All right.
Anyway,
Well
wow.
deserved.
That what a drag. Boy, well, I hope she gets better in every way, She's obviously
Right.
don't yeah, okay, stay in your house with the gun. That way, if they break in, you can blow them through the door, and it's all legal because they broke into your house. Don't go out in the yard looking for trouble. Geez, what if
Well,
two
yeah,
of
there's
them?
a hit and run. You're gonna take on. You're gonna be a vigilante going out
Yeah,
there
I'm
hunting. You
gonna
got
go
what?
get them.
What are
What
you
if
gonna
they
do?
had guns themselves? That. Geez, wow, what a dumbass. So she's very lucky.
But then you
Like I
gotta
said,
wonder: is she, suicidal with going through the cancer,
oh
or was she wanting to,
gosh,
suicide by cop kind of thing, or
I would hope
I
not.
don't know. Like I said, there was a whole lot of
Oh
details, but
gosh,
we'll see what
almighty.
comes out.
Oh, that's her. That's terrible. Well, good luck to her and Weezer. Hang in there, man. But just say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Here's another say it ain't so right here, which is sort of wild. I don't know why I got this picture. This hat just drives me insane. The pilgrim hat of
Yeah,
Richie Blackmore. I always
yeah, I'm
thought,
with you on
good
that.
riddance. Come on, man. But that was the '70s. We were all wearing wacky. Some of the stuff I wore, I'll I hopefully it'll never see the light of day again. I do have pictures, but hopefully my kids will keep it you know close to the chest, baby. Because yeah, they don't need to get out some of the
It's an
crap I wore in
embarrassment to
the
the whole
'70s.
family. They wouldn't want that stuff to get out, man.
Yeah, yeah. But boy, Richie Blackmore. Wow. Here we go. A headline. This is alternativenation.net. Singer can well, I'm not even seeing. I'm seeing the article. Singer Candace Knight, wife of Deep Purple guitarist Richie Blackmore, revealed during an interview with Dawn Osborne of Total Rock that her husband of 17 years had recently suffered from a heart attack, and not just any old freaking heart. He had a doozy, baby. As far as flying anywhere right now, Richie has actually been told by his cardiologist not to get in a plane. He had a heart attack about a year and a half ago. He got 6 stents out of that sucker. Woo, doggy. Man, oh man, oh man. That's a messed up artery right there, baby. I bet it's his right. I bet it's the right artery. Right artery is the rock artery, man. It's where am I don't know what the hell that means, but then she goes on, and I can't believe he's going to be 80 on April 14th.
Today.
Wow. Today, April 14th, he's 80,
Yeah.
which is
80
crazy,
years
but
old
he
today.
doesn't look it. Probably not. Still doesn't act it. Of course, none of us do when we get older. But eventually, medical things wind up catching up with you. So we've got to make sure we keep him happy and healthy. And he's dealing with gout and some arthritic things. Oh yeah, right here, baby. And of course, his back has always been an issue for years. Geez, this guy's like he's got everything I got. God bless
Right.
you, Rich. But he wasn't a bricklayer for years. That's the problem. So it's getting harder for him. It's tricky. But hey, I've seen people younger than him in wheelchairs on stage doing what they do. So I think he probably doesn't want people to see him that way. I see the other perspective. From a fan's perspective, I would think people would just be happy to be under the same roof with him and listen to him play whatever he comes up with. So we kind of have this discussion or argument. I'll say discussion all the time. But he was just recently at his cardiologist, and they said, let's put traveling by plane on hold. So hopefully we'll get all this straightened out, and that'll change. But I'll let you guys know if it does. Oh, wow. 6 stents, doozy. That must have been one screwed up artery there, brother.
Yeah, it's he had another heart. This is the second one. He had one about a year and a half ago.
Really?
So
Yum.
yeah. So
Oh,
he's lucky to be around. Seen his 80th
well, this is
birthday
the one. This
today.
is the one she was talking about. That's the one that had the year and a half. She's the one she's talking about a year and a half ago. And it's a year and a half later, and he's still no flying or nothing.
Oh, okay.
So that must be, I'll bet, like I say, I bet you it's in the right artery, man. It's the rock artery. It's the guitar artery. I
I
don't
wonder
know
if
what
they're
I'm talking about.
he's still doing that like his wife got him into that doing the Renaissance fair stuff, yeah, or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Yar.
No,
You have a turkey leg?
right.
Yar. Yeah. No.
Wench. Yeah, we wouldn't
Wench.
be able to do that in a wheelchair. It'd have to be a period appropriate wheelchair. It'd have to be like some I don't know how they would do that, but
Well,
yeah.
you remember the movie Road Warrior? Inside the oil refinery, there they had the one guy in the chair, that they used to just push him around, and he just sit in his chair. They could do that. They should do that with Ozzy. Just put him in a chair like what do you call that, gosh? Ugh. Do you know what I'm talking about? The scene, the guy,
No.
and good. Well, I'm sorry. Damn, I figured you'd know that one. So, disappointed, Doc. But they got a guy in a winch or whatever, and they're just pushing him around because he obviously can't walk. So it can be that. But wow, that was a massive sucker. 6 stents. So good for him, man. He's still hanging in there. At 80 years
Yeah, he's
old.
one of those guys, though. I mean, yeah, he's a guitar guy, and he's up that upper echelon, but he doesn't really get talked about like Jimmy Page or those guys. He just or Townsend or any of those guys. Really, I don't know. He was never
Well,
that charismatic. I don't think. You know what I
well,
mean? He
on
never.
stage he was, he just got nuts and throws guitar around and crap and,
Yeah.
go against a mic stand like Spinal Tap and shit, But that early stuff was great, but he just, I don't know, the early stuff holds up. But you're right, he just sort of went into his, a minstrel period and
Right.
and everything went to hell in a handbasket from there. So, geez, whatever, boy, it all sucked. Is Deep Purple ain't still around, are they? They're calling it quits, I would hope. They're probably
No,
around.
I think they're still doing something. They had
Ah,
Steve Morse left the band. Remember a couple years ago,
right. I
and they
remember you talking about
replaced them,
that.
so they got to be doing something. I
Oh,
don't know what, but yeah.
jeez. Okay, well, whatever. I think it's nuts. I think it's wacky, but these rock stars, they got nothing better to do. So, boy, here's a guy who's got nothing better to do, and that's a New Jersey mayor. This jerk off. I gotta tell you, headline from the good people of Enemy. Enemy, the good people of New Jersey mayor looking to shut down Bon Jovi's nonprofit restaurant. And then subhead, if they're going to turn this into a homeless shelter, hell, cut everybody a check and give them a Barnes and Noble gift card. Oh, this guy
What does that
seems,
even mean?
I don't know, but this guy seems nice. Boy, New Jersey, I tell you, I'm New Jersey. I don't know. I don't get it, man. I hear some things about it, and then I hear other, and you see just constant bullshit like this. And let me see. In 2011, John and his wife Dorothea opened up the first pop up JBJ Soul Kitchen restaurant. That's what we got pictured behind me there, with the aims of providing meals for the homeless or those in need. Since then, J Soul Kitchen has secured 2 permanent locations in Rutgers University. I find that interesting, and New Jersey City University. You think they'd be where the people are instead of at our university, but oh well, good for him nonetheless. And then in February, they opened up their latest pop up inside Tom Rivers Ocean County Library. Oh boy, which is due to run until May. And in March, JBJ Soul Kitchen marked a major milestone, serving over 200,000 meals across all outlets. That's a lot of people getting fed there, ladies and gentlemen. That's very cool. However, Tom's River Mayor Daniel Roderick is seeking to shutter the Ocean County Library locale as soon as possible, as he believes it encourages the town's homeless population to congregate at the venue. Well, yeah, you want them to congregate because they need to eat. What the hell is he talking about, this jerk? Gosh, speaking of some jerk media, Roderick says, if they're going to turn this into a homeless shelter, hell, cut everybody a check, give them a Barnes & Noble gift card. He continued later, I definitely want it gone. We certainly don't think that the library is a good place. The issue was never Bon Jovi. It was the Ocean County Board of Commissioners who engaged with these nonprofits. In response, the Ocean County Commissioner guy says, we have data that the number of unhoused people in the area have not increased. It's not a soup kitchen. Boy, these people.
Yeah, I guess it's not a soup kitchen. It's kind of, I don't know, borderline soup kitchen. I guess it's on charity. It's run. Basically you come and eat, and you donate whatever you can, or pay what you can, or you buy somebody's meal. It's a lot of kind of paying it forward kind of thing going on there. So it's not a free kind of thing, but it's kind of works out donations. I'm not exactly sure how the finances of it all, but yeah, it's not like it seems to me anyway, like you're drawing in homeless people and they're setting up shelters around the Soul Kitchen. It's nothing like that.
Well, that could be if it's a library too, and they're starting to set up tents and whatnot, little communities around. That would be that
right. Well, yeah, that's
what have gone into more detail on this.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that's what's happening, but sounds like it's more the mayor's concern, but it's not actually happening. But
boy,
I don't know.
At least he's trying. Somebody's trying to do something about the issue, and boy, I don't know. Find a different building. I would guess it was in a library. That's probably not the best place to put it. Yeah. So I don't know. At least somebody's trying. Jeez, but I hate politicians of all. They're all. Jeez, they all suck. They all say they want to hell. They don't give a shit about the people. What's that guy doing about all the homeless there? I'm sure
You want to get a laugh about homeless. Just look at California, the billions that have been spent, and there's more homeless than ever. It's a bigger problem than ever. And they just keep throwing money at the problem and nothing gets done. Yeah.
Well, if somebody gets rich, the nonprofits or somebody gets rich. The money's
it's
going somewhere.
Yeah.
Politicians, everybody, they're all
somebody's lying in their pockets. That's right.
At least, but Bon Jovi is trying to do something. So at least somebody's trying to do something. But, politicians always get in the way, don't they? Man, oh, man. So good for you, Bon Jovi, by golly. And speaking of Bon Jovi.
But then, yeah, he does something nice.
I love this headline. Who is this from? This is the Celebrity Rock. Come on, stop it there, mouse. There we go. Classic rock. Classic rock. Headline: Bon Jovi are returning to the stage, but you might need a kidney to attend. Like, wait a minute, what the hell? Subheadlined:
Might
Tickets
need to
to the,
sell a kidney to attend.
yeah.
I think
Tickets to,
everybody needs a kidney to attend, but yeah.
tickets to the 3-day event include a quote intimate private performance by Bon Jovi, which is where you will turn over the kidney at that point to them, you know. But this is crazy. Bon Jovi, who haven't toured since 2022, are plotting a return to the stage. They're going to be performing at a 3-day fest, scheduled for Nashville this June, but fans will have to dig deep. The cheapest single tickets, which don't include hotel accommodations, are priced at $1,750. Holy shit. Now, according to the organizers, Runaway Tours, Runaway Tours, that's nice. The package will include admission to an intimate private performance with Bon Jovi, a quote, Bon Jovi Forever party. Wow. Held at Bon Jovi's JBJ's venue in Nashville, a signed photo of him, a trip laminate. Oh, a trip laminate. There's 50 cents. And
Yeah.
lanyard, another 50, 25 cents. And a quote, special gift. Yeah. Special gift. Well, that's going to be the surgeon who's going to have to sew you up after they yank the kidney out of you. Wow. That's crazy. Well, people are people, you know. People are freaking people. Yeah, they'll pay for it, Joe. People, they had a whole well, what's going on this weekend? The Coachella Festival's going on this weekend.
Well, they had
And
last weekend and yeah, this coming up weekend. It's gonna be
or
two
whatever
big
they
days.
had
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders there complaining about the rich, and I'm looking at like $600 a ticket to go to Coachella, and it's just, and he's got 3 houses, so I don't know. Jeez, like I say,
Yeah, not a
politicians.
whole lot of
Really
self
suck.
awareness floating around these days, man. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, this one it's in conjunction with the Bon Jovi Forever. It's a book that's coming out. It's photographs throughout their career, that kind of thing, and everything. So kind of more of a coffee table book, kind of sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, but you get the special gift. What could that possibly be, man? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Um,
special.
and then they
Yeah.
say too, I like how they say in the article that his on-stage activity has been curtailed by voice problems.
Oh,
So yeah,
yeah.
remember last time out on the road, they got about halfway through the tour and his voice went to hell, but they stuck it out and they finished the tour. But I
Yeah.
don't think
Well,
they're
he's
too
another
too
one of
anxious to
the,
get back out there. Let's put it that way.
what, doesn't he have the plastic throat or something? Is that him
Oh,
that
I don't know. Yeah, they're
had
doing
his throat
something, but yeah, I
redone?
don't, yeah,
Somebody had, no, or that was Tyler,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
one
He
of
had
them
the
guys.
broken larynx, but
Broken larynx, but yeah. Yeah, his voice is gone. I just, there's no going away gracefully, It's just wow. God almighty. Yeah, Jiminy Creepers. So, way to go, Bon Jovi. Freaking A. Here we go.
$1,750. That's the cheapest. That's the cheapest single ticket for the 3-day event. I don't think they're performing all 3 days, right?
No, I'm sure they're
I
not.
highly doubt
It's
it.
probably going to be a little private performance or something.
Yeah.
It's going to
So
be,
I don't know
you
what
know,
else is going on for the rest of the 3 days. It doesn't go into all that, but
the
for
push rock.
$1,750, boy. And
Boy,
that's the
coach.
cheapest. That's the cheapest. That's not like a
Yeah,
VIP,
yeah,
deluxe,
that's the
anything like
opening
that. That's
price. I don't got that kind. No, but who the hell? Jeez, really? Well, I don't know. All these that must be nice to have the money. That's what that's triple my summer concert budget.
right.
Jeez, these people, I swear. Oh, Pantera, yeah, I tell you that Pantera's coming
Oh
to
yeah.
Tinley Park. That'll be
Yeah.
excellent. Oh, here's something bizarre. Where are the boys? There they are, right there. Metallica. Wow, Metallica. There we go. Pulling this from a Metal Addict site. Metallica announces a new film. Metallica saved my life. And wow, well they are, let's face it, they've been around a while. They're releasing a new film, Metallica Saved My Life, directed by blah blah Jonas Ackerlund. He's the guy directed a bunch of their other stuff. And what it does, it delves into the impact of Metallica on their fans, including the band members showcasing their shared experiences over 4 decades, and slated for release this spring and summer as a work in progress. Oh boy. So yeah, Metallica kicking ass. As few you may know, we are working out behind the scenes the last couple of years on a new film that will be released later this year, starring you guys. And they're going to, the lives of their fans have supported each other through highs, lows, trials, and triumphs, and over 4 decades. Oh boy! So I guess they'll probably be cool. I don't know, cool to some people. I don't know. What do you think,
Yeah, I
Tom?
think it'd be pretty cool. They
Yeah.
got it's kind of accompanying the tour, so it's playing in the cities as they tour,
Oh,
except for Columbus. I don't know what the hell Columbus did, but I don't know if they're not getting it. But eventually it'll be in a wide
wow.
release. Tickets are only two per person. Like, yeah, like I'm sure people are, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I like these kind of movies. They kind of show the fans, the bands, and how that the bands impacted their lives and that kind of
Like that
thing.
parking lot thing, right? With
Oh yeah, Heavy Metal Parking Lot.
I
Yeah,
know.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Springsteen's got a good one. It's called Springsteen and I, and there's some really good stories in there of how fans, different stories of how Springsteen's affected. Every story you can think of, man. It's really cool. So if this is something like that, I imagine it's gonna be pretty cool.
Well, we'll see. The same guy who worked on it, he worked on Turn the Page, Whiskey in a Jar, Man Unkind. The guy knows his stuff, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't have faith in anything anymore, Doc. Everything is bizarre at this point, man. But if that's but some of the comments, I wish I could have gotten to the comment page. Some of the comments on this article were magnificent. Oh, not a lot of happy people, quite honestly.
Oh, you're just looking at like a cash grab kind of thing, or
Well, they're just wow. I was doggone it. I wish I would
pretty
have
much
said
anything that gets put out. Anybody puts out anything, somebody's calling it a cash grab. So you know what? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. It's kind of for the fans, and where they can kind of share and their little Metallica community, and hear other stories and stuff. And I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Oh,
But
but before we move on, speaking of Coachella, you know who made a surprise entrance there?
tell me,
Guitar legend Brian May. Brian May stopped in at Coachella and got a lukewarm
yeah,
reception.
yeah.
Holy
Who do you play
cow!
with?
Oh gosh, let me see. Oh,
I can't remember. I saw that though. Yeah, and they were
boy,
surprised that he. Yeah, these kids, they don't know. They don't know, man.
boy, oh boy,
You would think they would. I mean, Queen's very popular, even amongst
their music will be
the
popular
Gen
forever.
Zers.
Let me see when he showed up. Just a few months after he had that stroke, he joined Benson Boone. Hey, Benson Boone, during
Yeah,
his
whatever the hell
performance
that
of the
is.
iconic Bohemian Rhapsody. Wow. May was seen elevating onto the stage and played
Yeah,
his
these kids,
original
they don't know.
solo. How cool is that, though? Oh, gosh. But yeah, lukewarm performance. People like, yeah, who's this guy? That
Yeah,
guy, God, we all. So, that that really blows, man. That just, this guy's a legend. Gave you stuff you people will be singing forever. But it is what it is. Doggone it. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, before we move on, man, you want to say something, right?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Coachella. There's strong rumors that Nirvana's gonna pop up. So I don't know. We'll see. But I've talked about that they're gonna be something's brewing with them. So we'll see. But
Wouldn't doubt it at all. I mean, really, Grohl's not the kind of guy who can sit still, period. Especially if he's a coffee addict. He's got to go, go, go. So, he's dying to get on. Some get busy, busy, busy. So I saw a picture of him out with his lovely wife. And man, oh man, Wow, wow, wow.
Did they seem happy and content and everything was
Well,
good? Or
she didn't have a knife at his throat, so that's always a good
okay.
sign right there.
And
But
of course, that goes with my theory that it'll be fronted by his daughter Violet, and that's the only way that she'll let him back on the road is if the daughter's there
well,
to
if all the
watch him.
kids
So,
are grown, hell, she'll probably come along with
uh,
just to keep an eye on him. Because boy,
after
that'd
his
be
last indiscretion, yeah.
well, that'd be good if they did manage to show up. Because girls he's just going nuts. So we'll see. How long is Coachella? Is it over now or?
Now they had 3 days this past weekend, and then 2 days coming up this next weekend. So,
Oh, so they still got
yeah, it's
time.
like a two-parter.
Wow. Oh, how cool is that? Well, more power to you, man. If you can make it, make it. But now we're gonna move on. What do we got here? Van Halen. Wow, you knew this was gonna happen. Jeez. Van Halen. Yeah, they reached the song "Jump" has reached the billionaires club, the Spotify's billions club. And you knew that was going to happen. I tired of the song a long time ago. You should play this in a band. And it's just one of them songs like, yeah, every classic rock band that had a keyboardist had to play this just for that classic intro. Dun, 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 dun. So, yeah, there they are. I'm sure they get some kind of award. I'm sure all the billion guys,
That
I
was their
know they,
biggest hit, as far as chart
was that
position,
really?
anyways. Yeah, yeah, it was
Oh,
number one.
okay.
So,
Okay.
um,
Ugh.
yeah, the video, all right, so they're at 1 billion on the streams, but the video is at 263 million, which shocks me. That's such an iconic video. It's like the cheapest video ever made, but it's an iconic video, man. I wonder why it's got, only a
Uh,
quarter the amount of views as it does listens. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah,
Yeah. People are fickle, man. They're fickle.
yeah.
But yeah, Jiminy's Creepers. There's got to be a whole bunch of billionaires in the club now at this point. I didn't look into check the numbers, but
Yeah,
it
it's
was
I don't know,
piling
last
up
time
quite a
when we
bit.
looked it was over 600, I think. It's like 610, so that's a while back. So yeah, it grows constantly. We just
Yeah.
speak up on the ones that the rock ones, but they all the other crap that we don't talk about. But um, yeah, no, I remember when this came out. It was that was a huge, huge album, man. It was everywhere. I was out in California too at the time, man. It was just that album was everywhere, man. That song
Yeah.
specifically, man. Yeah, Jump was just everywhere, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and
Jeez.
then Dave felt like he had to go do something else. And,
I'm just a gigolo and everywhere.
all
Yeah, he
right.
did that goofy song and California Girls and what a shame. But oh yeah, that album I think it came out in 79, their debut, 78, 79.
78, yeah.
I believe the big song right out of the gate was You Really Got Me. That's the one that was being played a lot. And then once you delved, because the guitar's work was amazing. And then once you delve into the album, it's like, holy cow, man. Jeez, what a choice uh, debut for them guys. And yeah, I'm billion streams. I hate that song. Go, jeez, stay on the guitar already. Damn it. But and rest
Yeah,
in
that's what
peace.
Dave told him. You're a guitar hero. Nobody wants to see you on keyboards. Yeah, well, only your
Yeah,
biggest hit, so whatever.
yeah, absolutely. So freaking A, way to go, VH. I'm sure Dave's celebrating somewhere for crying out loud. And here's a reason not to celebrate. Where are they? There's Disturbed right there. Look mad. They look mad. They look disgusted. Huh? This is a very odd. Jeez, more politics getting into crap. This is from the site Metal Sucks. There you go.
Yeah, this is rock and politics and food, man. We get all kinds of stuff involved in this one.
Metal Sucks. Jeez, Kuma's Corner location, which is a probably obviously a food place. They pulled disturbed menu items over customer complaints. Disturbed meaning the band Disturbed. Politics and music collide once again in one of the less expected arenas in our community, the burger joint. Over the weekend, the Indianapolis location of Kuma's Corner took to social media to announce that they were pulling a cocktail and burger promotion based on the band Disturbed. After the discovery of recent events, we here at Kuma's Corner Indie have decided to pull the Disturbed burger and cocktail promotion scheduled to run this weekend. We sincerely apologize this oversight on our end, and the values expressed by this band are not representation of Kuma's as a brand. We are using
But
this
they don't
as a
say the specifics of what they said or what they're representing, or so just
yeah.
in general, I guess. Yeah.
Well, let me read that again. We sincerely apologize this oversight on our end. What oversight? And the values expressed by this band, what values? Are not a representation of Kuma as a brand. We are using this as an opportunity to expand our research further for future band collaborations. Thank you to our loyal customers for bringing these concerns to our attention.
All
Oh
right. I
boy,
got a lot of problems with this, man.
no
All right.
kidding.
This place called Kuma's Corner in Indianapolis, and it's a heavy metal food place.
Oh,
That's
okay,
kind of the theme of the place.
all
So
right.
when his bands come through, whoever's coming through, then they have a special on the
Oh, okay,
menu for that band. So
all right.
Disturbed's coming through town, so they have the Disturbed combo, whatever. And who are these metal fans that are throwing down on the cancel culture, man? Who you know what I'm saying? Who are the ones that,
Yeah.
oh,
Wow, is that a
Disturbed?
conundrum?
Because I think one of the comments was like, yeah, I like to have a little side of genocide with my burger and fries or whatever. It's like, come
Oh,
on, man.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's Jewish. We all know David Draper is Jewish, so it's not. I don't know. I don't even want to get into that aspect of it, but
Man, oh man, yeah. And all it takes is a couple of rabble rousers to stir everything up. But this is what a disaster. This is the reached the universities. Everything's going nuts, and now it's reached little old Kuma's corner. Jeez, and the thing is, they don't go into detail about what the complaints were all about.
right.
Only that they made the decision over quote the discovery of recent events unquote. It's pretty easy to guess what it could be. Throughout his entire career, Disturbed's frontman Draymond has been a huge supporter of Israel. Oh, gee, that's so bad. Following the attacks on October 7th, in which Hamas militants murdered and captured scores of Israelis at a music festival in villages bordering Gaza, in response, Israel has been coming off a brutal campaign of collective punishment against Gaza. Jesus, what a mess. Politics and music. There you go. What the hell? Oh, so I don't even want to get into the whole Palestinian thing. I'm not gonna. They've got enough people in this country doing it for me, and I got other things to worry about in my life than what the hell's going on halfway across the world. Quite honestly,
Or not to
the
let
fact that
somebody enjoy their Disturbed burger because you
well,
don't
there's
like,
so many rabble
you know.
rousers here though now. It's scary.
I
I
bet
mean,
it's a damn good burger. I bet it's flame broiled.
oh, okay. Here we go. Let me hit button number one and see what happens. Hang on. Here we go.
You can't hear anything, man.
Blame Canada. Can't you hear it?
No.
Oh, okay. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. Oh man, what a mess. I hate politics. I hate them all. I think really. I'll be glad to sit on a jury and find politicians guilty of
Whatever they're charged
massively
with.
increasing the national debt, which is basically a trouble for our future generations. But that's just me. But Metal Sucks is right. That's a weird little ditty there. They
You know
found.
what? Maybe it wasn't
Puma's
because of
corner.
his political stance. Maybe they just heard his speech that he gives in concert, man.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Everybody's having the greatest time. God, this
yeah,
is great. And all of a sudden, here comes the downer mobile. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I suffer from depression. Hey, you were just rocking your ass off. Shut up and get back to rocking. You'll feel better.
Right.
You'll sitting on the stage. Oh, it feels so bad. God, that was so disappointing. I remember we mocked that ferociously. And I just want to rock, man. I'm tired of all this crap. Just rock us. Just rock us, man. Because boy, we need it, man. The country needs to rock. This would be a really interesting summer, dude. It's been such a weird last 4 months. I'm really, gosh, I'm glad I don't go into the big cities anymore. Jeez, things are too crazy in there. But out here in the boonies, out here
You
in
know,
the
that's a
middle,
damn shame. I mean, here we're living this close to Chicago, and there's a lot of shit to do in there, man, that we don't take
yeah,
advantage of just because it's such a pain in the ass to go in there. And you know,
yeah, jeez. Even expressways, got it. People shooting at each other on the expressways. I don't want to get shot at. I just want to drive fast in the left lane. Just get out of my way and let me drive fast. That's all. I want to go fast, like Ricky Bobby. I want to go fast. Damn it. Oh boy, oh boy. But we'll see what happens this week. A lot of weird stuff going on. Every week there's stories that surprise us, and I'm sure the upcoming week's going to be the same way. I mean, it always is. There's always some wacky rock stuff going on. Hopefully, we'll get some more shows. The problem is this summer, Doc, is a lot of these Tinley Park shows. Most of 80% of them are on Saturday nights, and I bet you I'll be doing a lot of gigging instead. So it could be problematic seeing a lot of these shows, but it is what it is. And Billy Idol, we were going to see him May 20th. He rescheduled till August. I don't know, first
oh, is
week
that
in
right?
August. Yeah, he rescheduled. I was looking so forward to it. May 20th. It's coming up. And now,
Right.
now they rescheduled to
I
over in
don't know what
August.
happened there.
Oh boy. Hey, maybe he had to go to a white wedding. I don't know.
Who knows?
Very dancing with himself. He just couldn't find the time. I don't know. But in any case, thanks for stopping by, folks. Freaking A, another week of rock news, and we look forward to seeing you again. Here, where are they? Where are the hands? There's the happy hands. Look at that. Woohoo. Thumbs up, subscribe. We're going to keep saying it. Regardless, folks, we're just going to keep saying subscribe and like and comment and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week. So why don't you take us home there, Doc?
Yes, sir. The end of episode 156. 3 years, man. Been a hell of a ride, buddy. Now we're just getting
Mm-hmm.
started, man.
How
And
about that?
we'll keep going until we don't have anybody watching, I guess. but
Yeah, we're
and we'll
working
keep
on it,
going
man.
then,
Yeah,
man. We'll keep
yeah.
going then. Who knows?
More cash.
But hope you guys will join us next week. We're so grateful that you do. So until
Yep.
then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.